Are you looking to build an audience on Instagram, but finding the upkeep draining? Are you seeing so many of your competitors having a beautiful feed of images and amazing content, and you're just thinking to yourself, it's so much work. I don't know that I can do it. How do I do it? Why doesn't my Instagram look amazing? Help. Well, lucky for you, I've done a lot of heavy lifting for you, and I'm really excited to show you how to cultivate your following on Instagram and take the stress out of running on the social media treadmill. Hello and welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. I'm your host, Jennie Lyon, and today I'm really excited to chat about the ways that you can get an Instagram that not only looks amazing, has amazing content, but that really cultivates the following and the audience that you're looking for. And I promise that you'll leave today with the tools that you need to revamp your Instagram feed right away. Let's jump into it. Planning out your Instagram content can feel really overwhelming and stressful. So to start, I have broken down the entire process of how I schedule a month's worth of content on Instagram in one morning. And you can grab that in the show notes, but I highly recommend that you jump over to jennielyon.com/social media one, and you'll find that blog post where you can go ahead and find out exactly what that process looks like. And it's Social Media One, O-N-E. And I really break out the process of how you can create all of your content for Instagram in one morning so that it doesn't feel daunting. And then when you take control and you carve out this morning every single month and create it as part of your content schedule, then you're really going to be amazed at how painless it is to build your social media for the whole month. And really, once you have that part done and you've scheduled everything, then all you have to do is engage on a daily basis. The content will be done for you. And it's something that I'm really proud of, and that it always makes me smile when I hear a client has taken that process and put it into place and come back and said, oh my gosh, you're right, that was so much easier. So definitely start there. So the next question that I get asked a lot is, well, how will people even find me, right? So remember the movie Field of Dreams? If you build it, they will come, right? Wrong. Never has that been so true than in our modern age of social media. There are people out there scrolling Instagram who are interested in what you have to offer, but they don't know you're out there. And it's really important to ignore the nagging thoughts that keep us from being proud and outspoken about our passions and our businesses. So you definitely want to confidently put your message out there, but you have to do a lot of things to make sure that people find that messaging. So when you post on your scheduled basis and you use appropriate hashtags, like-minded people will start to find you. So let's talk a little bit more about hashtags. So this tip is pretty easy to overlook. I see it all the time. Instagram uses hashtags from posts that you interact with to curate your feed with more posts that it thinks you'll like. So when you're looking through the For You feed, you'll see that there. And if you want the algorithm to put your posts in front of new followers, then you want to make sure that you're using hashtags that others will use to find posts that they like. So a good example is hashtag love. So hashtag love is an example of a really popular trending hashtag. It's been used probably billions of times. When I last checked, it was over 1.8 billion posts. And this would mean that you're competing for eyeballs with nearly 2 billion other posts. We don't want that. Using one hashtag alone is really unlikely to send your post over to people who are most likely to engage with it. The key here is to use hashtags really intelligently and to curate trending, general, niche hashtags that can be used in combination with a really great post and really great imagery, and to use the 30 maximum hashtags that are allowed. When you combine different hashtags that are relevant to your topic, your niche, you can use some general ones, you can plug in some trending ones, but you really want to think about low, medium, and high density keywords, meaning that you want to mix it up. It's okay to maybe use, one or two hashtags that are hashtag love, that are really, high density. And then you want to really focus on hashtags that are going to be a lot more niche. So that way people can find you. So it's good to mix them up. Next up is to use amazing visuals. So not everyone has access or the time to plan photo shoots every single time they want to post something on Instagram. But Instagram definitely is a visuals first platform. So you really do have to make sure that the imagery that you're posting is really conveying your message with vibrancy and charm if you're going to attract the audience you want to attract. So I personally use a service called Social Squares, and I'll link to it in the show notes for you, but it's been a game changer. It's a stock imagery site where I get access to incredible photos that you can use as these very striking visuals that you need on Instagram and beyond. And I use it all the time. They're beautiful. They are professional grade photos, and you can sort them by color. You can sort them by keyword. It's really easy to use. It really has cut down on the amount of time that I spend looking for the perfect image. So definitely recommend that you check them out. Next up is to really interact with your audience. This is a big one. I see this skipped all the time. You want to make sure that you're engaging with your audience. And one of the best ways to do that is to ask your audience genuine questions. So your Instagram feed is an incredible opportunity to learn about the likes and interests of your most dedicated followers. People who follow you on Instagram want the excuse to interact with you, so give them that opportunity. You really want to choose relevant, open-ended questions that will help you learn about your audience, and I usually will pick different types of questions that are going to further the conversation. So open-ended questions. So questions like, what do you think about blank? Or what's, where, who's your favorite blank? Or which blank do you prefer? Or tell me about the last time blank happened to you. Or would you rather blank or blank? That type of thing. And it's okay to drop in the occasional question that only requires a yes or no or an emoji. That's okay. Those responses still help to show Instagram's algorithm that people are interacting with your content. And therefore, they should show it to more people. But still, those responses won't offer as much insight into your audience as those open-ended questions. So I really try to keep a conversation going on Instagram. So make sure that you do include a lot of those open-ended questions. Next up is maybe consider hiring someone to help you run Instagram. So Instagram is a lot to handle, and most people are on more than one social media platform, so it's very time intensive, and it may be an area that you're interested in investing in bringing in some help. My team and I, we do this for a lot of clients where we help them build their social media following and do it in a lot of different ways. Some clients hire us just to write the strategy for them, then they will implement it in-house. We have others where we do the strategy and then also create all the content, all the graphics. We do all the scheduling. We do all the outreach, engagement, all of it, every single part of it. And then we have other clients where they do part of it and we do part of it. We're really flexible and we want to work with our clients in a way that makes sense for them. So we have a lot of different ways that you can work with us, and we have clients at all different price points as well. So it's a lot of fun to be able to work with someone else to get your vision and your messaging out to the world. So here's my challenge for you for this week. Stop what you're doing and watch, listen, or read that content that I created on how to create a month's worth of social media in one morning. That is going to help you with everything that you need to get started with this. Then jump over to whatever site that you use for your imagery, or check out Social Squares if you haven't, and choose your color palette for your Instagram gallery. So I suggest starting with maybe 4 different colors. That way you can kind of replicate the look in your Instagram feed. So maybe just think, I want to do pink, yellow, blue, and red. And then repeat that color over and over again in that order. So pink, yellow, whatever I said, blue, red, pink, yellow, blue, red, over and over again. And search for images that work for the type of content that you're going to create, or imagery that's going to make people stop scrolling. Then find 5 images in those colors. So that would give you a total of 20 images. So find 5 images in pink, 5 images in yellow, 5 images in blue, 5 images in red. And then you have all of your pictures picked out for the entire month. Then you'll want to write the posts that go with each of those images. Again, follow the plan that's outlined at jennylyon.com/social media 1, ONE. That will help you get going. Then you want to include hashtags with every single one of those posts. So I've written a lot of content on hashtags. I have a free hashtag calendar that you can grab at jennylyon.com/hashtags. But do some hashtag research and make sure that you're including the 30 hashtags on every single post. Then use a scheduling system to schedule everything. Just get it all scheduled now so it's done, it's off your mental list, and you don't have to think about it again until maybe 3 weeks from now. So get everything scheduled. I use the Later app for my scheduling. I'll link to it in the show notes. Absolutely love it. It shows you exactly what your feed will look like. So it's definitely designed with Instagram in mind, and you can move images around based on the look. It's amazing. If you're not using it, definitely check it out. Then once you have all of your content scheduled for the entire month, the last thing that you need to do is engage. So I recommend starting by engaging with your audience for at least 15 minutes a day. So whatever time you feel like your audience is online, just jump on for 15 minutes and start to engage. Start to ask those open-ended questions. That's really the key. Try to steer clear of beautiful picture or thumbs up or heart, heart, heart. Really try to engage. Try to ask questions that someone will answer. That way you can start a conversation with them on social media. And again, my team and I, we are very passionate about social media. I have used these tips that I'm sharing with you today, the tips inside of that blog post at jennylyon.com/social media 1. And I have grown my Instagram following to, I'm up to almost 14,000 now. So these are really the tips that I've used, and using beautiful imagery has been a huge part of that. I noticed when I stopped just using random pictures that weren't in any particular order, didn't have any type of theme going on. Once I started to really curate beautiful imagery with very, actionable content, my following increased exponentially. But then once I started to engage on a very regular basis, where every day I go in and spend well over 15 minutes, but you'll get there. You'll really start to see not only your following grow, but you'll start to see those people that are following you convert into customers. So if you have any questions at all about making social media work for you or Instagram work for you, then please reach out. I'm always happy to hop on a call with you. You can schedule one at jennylyon.com/chat. And I'd love to see how we can help you curate your social media and grow your audience. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram at Jennie Lyon Marketing, and I will definitely follow you back. So please send me a message. I would love to see. And even if you'd like my feedback on your feed, please drop me a DM once you follow me, and I will take a peek and give you some feedback and give you some actionable advice on how you can improve it. All right, well, that's what I have for you this week. I hope you found these tips on growing your Instagram helpful. And these are some of the tips that I use to grow my Instagram following to well over 10,000 now, working on 15 and hoping by the end of the year to be up over 20. So that's exciting. And again, please reach out. Always happy to hear from you guys. And if you like what you hear, I would love it if you could rate and review the podcast for us. That would be amazing. Wherever you listen, if you can just rate us with 5 stars, leave us a little review. We would absolutely love that. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple.